To tonight's stream we have on Skirmish mode. I am your host Smithers. I am joined by Axhawk here, who will be assisting me in some camera duty as we go throughout the game. So he will chime in if he spots any cool moments, and we'll swap over to his screen. But we are on SMDM tonight between this skirmish between Lucky Strikes and Bain. And if we've seen anything from last night, Cattle Sheds provides a lot of entertainment for Skirmish mode, just because of how condensed everything is. And so looking forward to what kind of moments we have here tonight. And with the... One second, everybody. Let me just check, make sure everything's looking good here. Okay. But yeah, so with Cattle Sheds being the midpoint here, we saw some excellent strafing runs and bombing runs last night to wipe out the Axis pushing along this hedgerow here. And so I'm kind of curious to see if Bain is able to replicate that performance if they saw that stream from yesterday on Lucky Strikes tonight. Lucky Strikes very well familiar with this map. We saw some great plays from Captain Spears yesterday, dropping an airhead in the cattle shed there on the left-hand side. So we'll look to see if he's able to do that again tonight here on SMDM. Trucks rolling in. Rockets coming in. Overshot. And the circle here is just south of the cattle sheds, remember everybody. So this hedgerow is very, very key for both sides. Rocket comes in. And there we have the big spawn wave right front door. Mamma mia. And the fighting commences with everybody coming front door for Lucky Strikes, with just a few people out on the far flanks. And those Bain folks stood no chance. And here we go. They're going to shove it straight up the gut here. Lucky Strikes getting initial cap pressure. Panzer IV in support right up the middle. Flying Tuna calls out that his VoIP is dead. Satchel goes off. Oh my gosh, that was a big satchel from the Bain player off of the opening. Strafing run comes in. Panzer IV getting an angle. Did the medium take the barn position? Yes, it did, I believe. No. The medium's on the opposite side, on the hedge. Lucky Strikes still getting some cap progress on cattle sheds. Medium and NMGs providing suppressive fire on the cattle sheds. Lucky Strike still getting some cap progress here. Pretty even fight so far though. Rocket comes in from mid-smoke, but it misses. Big spawn wave in from Lucky Strikes to try and push the point here. Another rocket comes in, misses the P4 just barely, but the P4 goes down to another shot from the medium, I believe. And that's going to put Bain at an opening advantage potentially, but Lucky Strike's strong control of the circle. Flanking suppressive fire coming in from Bain from the gardens area over here on the left-hand side. Strong suppressive fire. Lucky Strikes have lost a little bit of cap progress. No doubt because of that armor advantage. And the Allied medium will be pushing up now. They know the Panzer IV is down, obviously. So unless the Axis here are able to load up on some AT real quickly, this medium is going to wipe everything front door. No AT in sight. Launch position is still up down here to the south. But we need AT rockets. MAF 416, does he have the rocket loadout? No, he doesn't. He has the satchel loadout. MAF 416 goes down. We need Axis AT rockets right now, but we're not getting them. The loadout for the Axis level 1 AT with the Panzer Strike is not the most popular thing, but it needs to be done. Theon, the one trying to come up here, is going to try to get on top of the tank. Is not going to be able to get that satchel on, and this medium's going to roll free. We see it in competitive 49 versus 49s. We see it in skirmish mode. The lack of AT off of the opening is very deadly for teams. It allows the tanks to roam free once their tanks go down. Okay, so Bain's going to have really strong cap presence here. Lucky Strikes is going to be on the back foot a little bit, spawning way back here by Carrot Farm. Look at that presence by Bain, just dominating. If they would have pushed to the next hedgerow, they probably would have boxed out Lucky Strikes. Strikeout up on the glider up there. Okay, so Lucky Strikes is going to start off on the back foot. Bain is almost done with the cap progress here. Just a few seconds away, and they will have started their cap progress. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bain starting their progress here on skirmish mode. Okay, so we'll keep the camera angle right here for the moment. Strafing run comes in over the half track. So the Lucky Strikes will line up on the hedgerow and look to gain some ground back here to push a nice significant line right here. They need to get some OPs up though. Medium's out on the far flank, the P4 deciding to forego the frontal push and come around. The allied medium takes, I think the allied medium got the one shot in the P4. The P4 goes down on the far flank. Bain medium crew not to be tricked right here. And they will maintain the armor advantage over Lucky Strikes. So with that, Cattle Sheds flickers for just a moment. Lucky Strikes will look to go over to the flank. Zygo Vision takes down a couple here on the front line. Captain Spears commanding out there, trying to get a good idea of what the situation is. Recon goes up, shows the ally medium up there to the top left. Panzer IV spawn to the bottom right. Panzer IV over there to the left as well. Strafing run comes in, just barely misses the blob up there on the front line. And we have the first Airhead plane coming in from Lucky Strikes. Commander Spears, Captain Spears, is known for dropping a bombing run with them. And also possibly a strafing run to help mask them. Airhead, we saw this last night against the Ocelots, where the Airhead landed right nice and tidy up in the barn. Bombing run coming in over the cattle shed. And it took the Ocelots a long time to figure out where they were spawning from. So let's see, the bombing run's coming in. I don't think the bombing run's going to get the guy in the barn. Airhead's landing. Bain is right there. Airhead's going to land right in the middle of the barn. And actually, Hero of Bain is not going to be there to take it out. Bombing run comes through. Nobody saw the Airhead come in, I don't think. And that Airhead's going to be a live spawn for Lucky Strikes. I believe, unless Hellzim goes in here. Hellzim walks right by the Airhead, did not see it. So that Airhead's going to be unlocked. We're about to see a big spawn wave, I believe, off of that Airhead. Unless Habibis is going to go in here and lock it again for just a second. We saw this last night with the Ocelots running by the Airhead, locking it for a second, but then it was unlocked. Rocket comes in from Chef Log, takes out the transport truck. I thought that was the medium. And that Airhead is still up inside the barn, but just the infantry keeps walking by it and locking it. Rastarin is a little bit too far away from the Airhead. That Airhead is right in the middle of the cattle shed. Hellzim may walk by it again and lock it. Nope. Airhead still unlocked. We should see a big spawn wave here in just a second. I imagine the timer has to be close. And there it is, the big spawn wave on the Airhead. Captain Spears does it again. And there we have the Lucky Strikes coming into the cattle shed and immediately wiping everybody in the vicinity. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now the key thing for the Lucky Strikes will be to get some OPs down and get control of the East cattle shed. Hellzim out on the border here. He's going to put down... Nope. No satchel goes down. So this cattle shed will be clear. And another spawn wave comes in from the Lucky Strikes. And this should help them secure the cap. Spawn wave comes in on the east side of the other cattle shed. One goes down. Sasquatch takes out one. Outposts need to go up. We have one outpost up, but just the recon OP. Airhead still alive. Another spawn wave comes in. Lucky Strikes almost over to 50% cap on the cattle sheds. Bain, no doubt, is wondering where the hell these guys are coming from. Hellzim out on the corner. Satchel. Did he get a satchel down in the barn? No satchel down in the barn from what I can see. Spawn wave still coming in. We do have supply drop coming in the front line. Cap progress still going in favor of Lucky Strikes here. DEL calls out heavy east in wheat. Okay, so cap progress still in favor of Lucky Strikes, I believe. Supply truck coming in for Bain to try to get something up. The Airhead has finally gone away. Timer has ran out for the Airhead. So Lucky Strikes will need to capitalize by pushing front door right here. Panzer IV trying to get pressure, supporting the infantry, but as we saw yesterday, Lucky Strikes are able to spawn in the barn, but we're not able to spread out enough to cause widespread panic enough to cap the point. Captain Spears, one of the only ones left alive here. Rocket comes in, and the cattle shed's push is pretty much toast now. Well, Mamma Mia sure is an entertaining piece of entertainment there. And cattle sheds, though, looks like they'll be going in favor of Lucky Strikes. Will we see a flip here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, contested at the last second by Bain. Bain throwing everything he can into the sector at the moment. And the cap progress is stalled, going back in favor of Bain. It was almost there. It was almost there. Captain Spears calls all in. Front shell goes into the Panzer IV from the enemy medium. The Panzer IV is very key in the cap weight here. Lucky Strikes will need to get some AT players around. Rocket comes in from downtown. I believe that was Magistrate. Another rocket comes in. And this is chaos around the point. This is probably my favorite middle point for the skirmish mode by far. Everything is so condensed. Bodies flooding towards the point, but it looks like Bain will hold on here. Oh, nice rocket there from Osiris. Gotta love those PvP rockets. Alrighty, let's go back to the main screen. Solid exchange. Let's look at the overall map pressure here. Lucky Strike's still about 40%. Front round Ricks off of the P4. Lucky Strike's desperately trying to get up to the cattle sheds, but Bain is just pouring on fire, not allowing them to get beyond those hedges. And overall, Bain is doing a good job of wrapping around and getting some flanking fire here with MGs and SLs to boot. Lucky Strikes are really pinned along this hedge here. They're going to need to expand out. They're going to need to expand out a little bit. Another rocket comes in. These are nice rockets from Rodrigo Creepy. Another rocket comes in. And Bain starting to wrap around with a few SLs here. Getting along the flanks and harassing them in the back line. Summer Bombs back here. Trying to maintain this launch garrison that's warm. Summer Bombs about to come up against Albahina Dumal. Dumal goes down. Spawn Wave comes back. Did we see the Allied Medium go down, actually? Allied Medium goes down, so that's going to give the Axis a temporary armor advantage. Will they be able to take advantage of it? Hellzim's coming up, gets mowed down, no doubt. Wanted to put a satchel down there. Rocket comes dangerously close from Miss Smoke down here. What a slugfest we have here tonight. Flying Tuna, being Sniper out there in the far flank. We do have another launch forward position out here in the far northwest. P4 still holding the hedge with Sasquatch on its back repairing. It's got to love about skirmish mode. You have these these forward positions that can be so close to the enemy, and you're still able to spawn off. So that's what makes it for an exciting little bloodbath. Osiris here, AT loadouts. Could he come up with a big play? Osiris sneaking around. Osiris has the grand loadout, I believe. Osiris gets mowed down by MAF 416. Okay, looks like the Lucky Strikes have gained control back to the east here. They cleared out Bain. Airhead plane coming in again. Bombing run to boot. Okay, as far as the backline goes, Bain's still back here with a couple bodies. Recon team harassing him in the backline. Panzer IV still providing support. Airhead plane falling. Bombing run coming in. Bombing run will go to about... falls just short of cattle sheds. I think it was just slightly short. Habibis is coming up here. He'll throw a grenade on the air. No? Runs to the east. Strafing run coming in. Will it get Habibis? Just missed Habibis there. And Habibis will take down the Airhead and not allow another Lucky Strike's flank. And there we go from the Bain side. Let's take a look. Lucky Strike still trying to shove everything right up the gut there, right in front door. Cap progress coming in around 90%. Hopefully they will fix the HUD for admin camera in skirmish mode so we can see cap progress without checking the map. But cap progress up at 90%, I think, for Lucky Strikes. Remember, the circle is not in the cattle sheds themselves. It is down here in the middle of this open field. Panzer IV takes down the LI medium again, I think. Lucky Strike's armor coming back strong, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky Strike's taking the lead here on cattle sheds. Panzer IV lining up on the east side of the hedge. Rockets come in. Lucky Strikes with solid support of the point right now. They'll just need to get that tank up to the barn to wipe out that spawn point they have inside the barn and the far north part of it. I think there was a half-track that went down inside the barn. The half-track. Half-track goes down. So that will be a big spawn elimination for Bain. Barbed wire emplacements, though, keeping Lucky Strikes. They'll need to get some satchels on these. Satchel goes down. Panzer IV pushes up to the barbed wire. Panzer IV goes down. Guessing it got satcheled, or maybe they put mines down when it tried to push through. Satchel is down, but I don't think... Satchel was diffused by Sandman Mentors. Calls out that the barn is satchel, but I believe that was the satchel that was diffused. Sandman Eaters gets blasted by a shotgun from Hellzim. Okay, so with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. It's looking good for Lucky Strikes. It's all going to come down to the next armor battle, I believe, to start wiping these forward positions and outposts. This barbed wire is sort of a double-edged sword right here because it prevents them from Lucky Strikes from penetrating the barn, but also prevents Bain from pushing outwards. So Lucky Strikes actually may want to keep the barbed wire there in a way. Rockets just coming in all over the board here.
You got your tank coming in.
Okay, gotcha. That's like we got for camp progress. Looks like Bain's getting a little bit of an edge right now. Euro Ranger up there could get a key satchel on one of the barns, though, if he's able to get it just up in time. Bain getting a little bit of progress, but Lucky Strikes holding their own. Just a few bodies out on the far flanks here. Nothing crazy for Bain. Mostly everybody dedicated towards the circle. And we're about to see a final few-minute bloodbath here. Captain Spears out on the flank. We have Albahina Dumal out on the flank as well. We're about to witness just, once again, 3 minutes of total carnage here right in the middle. Strafing run coming in. Barely misses a few. Rocket comes in from Miss Smoke. Miss Smoke's been over there pretty much, I think, the whole game trying to do that thing over there with the rockets. Reinforce dropped by Captain Spears. Cattle Shed's progress is stuck at the moment. Bain just throwing everything they can. Just a few bodies. Literally just 2 bodies out of sector, I think. Maybe maybe 3 or 4.
We got our Bain person on first person view right now.
Okay, 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go, everybody. The cab progress is stymied. Airhead plane. Was that an airhead plane? No, no airhead plane. No airplane. Round comes into the Panzer IV here behind the head. Strafing run comes in, gets 3 or 4. And the Panzer IV goes down. That's going to be huge. That will be huge. And that may have sealed it for Bain here in the final minutes. Bain just overloading the circle right now. Lucky Strike's trying to get some bodies into it, but I think this flip is going to go back to Bain. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bain has taken back Cattle Sheds from the Lucky Strikes here in the final minutes. Mamma mia, what an intense fight that was. Another classic airhead from Captain Spears there, being commander tonight. We saw the same airhead play against the Ocelots yesterday. And mamma mia, does it work. Just goes to show with the amount of experience, combining the airhead plane and the bomber run can work out pretty well. Sasquatch goes down to Jailer. Oh, final minute rockets. Gotta love it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. This was a, once again, quick 30-minute skirmish between these two teams.